and welcome back here to our blind first playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn. And we got some of that side mission out of the way, the Queen's Gambit last time. That kind of messed me up. Fun, good times. You know, I know some of you realize I am way over leveled, but you know, first of all, that's fine with me. I want to explore this game. I want to get the lore. I'm not really looking to have a challenge in the sense that I have to fight the same creature over and over and over to get satisfaction. Just saying that out loud for those of you who are with me, but we are heading to Deep Secrets of the Earth, which, without spoilers, somebody said when you come upon this mission, you're looking for a lot of lore. Well, we're ready for lore, so let's hit our map. I'm ready for lore. I thought we made it here last time, and then we made it, but we didn't make it, so let's go to the campfire.
Now we don't even have a Sun King. What did we do to deserve this?
Rock and roll. They're saying we don't have a Sun King now. We took away their kid. I love it. One other note here, just for a moment. Let's look at our weapons here. So, I did not use my tear blaster or tear. I'll always do that. Last time, and maybe I should have been using that on that big corrupt Thunderjaw, I think. But then I have to take out a slot because right now we have the Shadow Sharpshot Bow, you know, maxed out with some good stuff. Shadow Tripcaster, Shadow Hunter Bow to be able to get some of the stuff I really like the hardpoint arrows. And then we also have the Shadow War if we want cold, all these corruptions. We can now put 3 arrows on, all that good stuff. We have a spear. I don't know if there's a better spear out here somewhere. I haven't found one. So there's also, we have not been using the rope caster, and I guess that would be practical. Someone mentioned for flying people, big beasts. It's fine. What I understand is I only have 4 slots, I think, for weapons, so I've just been going with my instincts and what I like. There's also something called the Rattler, and once again, I've seen it. I just didn't think that it was something that I wanted to jump on, so we might try to jump into that stuff and just play around with it here. But once again, this is a first playthrough. This is a singular playthrough. I might not do everything the way you would or the way other people would, or just do everything in this game or discover everything or do it the way you want. So that said, we might do it, but I'm not promising that we will. So let's head down. Let's figure out what's going on with this.
At least eat a minute.
It's daytime, at least. That's very nice. And they've assured us that we're not going to get in trouble for this, so I am excited. I guess one last thing I want to say, because these videos are made and then, you know, they take a little time to get out. There's been, you know, quite a bit of negativity on the channel sometimes, and that's okay. You know, I mean, people are going to be critical, and you're allowed to be critical. Well, then I'm allowed to say, I'm going to do what I want, and y'all can go to hell. You know what I mean? So there we go. Like, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. This is mine. This isn't Burger King. We get it my way. It's, you know, so that's about as salty as I'm going to get about it, and I'm not going to let it ruin my experience just because other people are having attitude with me, and I'm not going to get into an arguing match. So
it's a short drop from there.
Oh, is that it? Oh, I see. And that's my venting for a moment. And all of you who are with me, who are appreciating all this, I love you so much. This is great. Let's keep doing it. This isn't a short drop. Auxiliary access hatch. Yeah, see? That seemed... Okay. Maybe we have to come around the other side. Poor Aloy. Poor Aloy. Climb down. Climb down. Climb down. Okay, let's try this again. Speaking of which, nice empty throne room after we took care of that priest and stuff.
We can't even keep our Sun King.
Are we supposed to drop down here? No, that doesn't... Where we were makes sense, doesn't it?
It's a short drop from there.
Oh, there's just a way to climb around, right? Right. Oh! How about these white things? Oh no, oh no. Oh, come on, Aloy. You can do it. By the way, my voice, I've had a little something going on. Not sick, just...
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
Little raspy lately. with the air and everything else going on. So please forgive me for my kind of talk like this a little bit. Oh, examine. How about
You've
that?
been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Silence. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
I think me and Aloy today are on the exact same mindset. You'll tolerate what I give you, fools. I'm ready. I can't promise I won't get distracted. Or miss things that are obvious.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure, as year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan.
Cool. We'd heard that before. Didn't he start that rant one time?
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized.
What's a genetic profile?
Malfunction. Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobek here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Who are we going to kill doing the emergency venting?
Emergency venting authorized.
That could have just vented up top, or...
I think by now
Yep, what did I say?
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Don't put us on a timer. It's the worst thing. Explore Project Zero Dawn facility. Yeah, it's just like, if we have to, we'll just kill everyone. What are we doing on our arrows here? Let's get to something that I like. Let's look around. I feel good, all right.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Oh yeah, we are. And what do we got here? Lore? Right away? Of course. Another incident. From lounge staff to administration. Subject, another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators, fluent in Polish, for example, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, for example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well-behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. Yes, it's a seed vault, right? An arc. Okay, I gotta remember to look up at my radar. There's another, and I see that right away. Make sure I use this damn thing. Bunker door. Okay. What do we got? We need support too. From reception staff to administration, we need support too. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD Zero Dawn candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened and confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. The Langbots are not sufficient. And mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these emails. I get it, but it's like everybody else is desperate, and it's like we're sending soldiers out there to their death. You just have to sit down, shut up, and do the best you can here. We're trying to save the world. I get it, though. Awesome. Oh, yeah. Look around a little bit. Walk on in.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
This is great. If we're on an internal timer, I sure hope not. Okay, we're going to get this one. Soundproofing? Lounge staff, soundproofing. Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. Yeah, that would be disconcerting indeed. What are they actually doing to them? Like, what are they extracting? Come on.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Awesome. We also have to remember I can, hit certain things if I find a doorway to unlock. Restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I had to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Please respond. And this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? I'm trying to keep these people calm. Do they die in the process, or what we got here? A little something, something. Oh, they're setting us up for some fighting. At some point. Robots? Why would there be robots in here unless there's a hole?
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
ZD-01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Here we go.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The
Pharaoh
reason
Plague.
I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a superweapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down, the entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. 0 Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobecks to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Heavy.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
I'm looking out that door. See anybody coming? Well, if it takes half a century, and at this time they have AI and all this, could they have left a computer like working on the solution, how to shut these down? So are there shutdown codes here? Or did it happen eventually? I don't know. I'm excited to see how it actually played. Because wouldn't this place just be still... There wouldn't be organic life at all. Wouldn't it kill all the plants and everything at some point? Let's go further. Down the rabbit hole. Make sure... Trying to do my scanning right. Trying to do it all right, guys. Bunker door. Oh my god.
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
Oh. I'm not messing around with this. Let's go. There we go.
Who's there?
We're gonna read everything in this place in a minute. Let's see, can we get a vantage on him? How do I jump up? What am I doing? How do we play this game? I don't want to scan anything yet if I can help it. I would prefer... There we go. Ya bastard.
Ready or not.
I love it. Asshole. Human kill. How many are here? There can't be that many. Oh, he's got some stuff, though. Yeah, alert. Haha. I can't even see you. Oh, there you are.
This is not a...
Good. We're too close to let tribal primitives stop us now. The data points, what do they contain?
Oh, we're about to find out. Fool. Alright. That was fun, though. We'll go pick up our traps, what we missed. What have we got up here? Interview. Oh, here we go.
I think there is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the Pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
Culture matters. Art matters. History matters. What's come before? They're trying to... It's an arc. I love it. So, I don't think there's anywhere else up here. Let's pop down. Oh, a resource box. Interview Brad Andak.
Who previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the Chariot Line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Well, that is some great voice acting there. And that former man, awesome stuff. What do we got here? Data security consultant.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
People from all walks of life and viewpoints with all different types of informations and skill sets. You know, oh, I love it. Tom Paik, molecular and cellular biology.
Is accurate, yes. So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them? Not just people. All organic matter. Every living thing. Dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel. In a word, yes. Who did this? Pharaoh? That asshole. Is he here? No, Doctor. Please, tell him Tom Paik wants a word. Now, get off! Get off!
What happened to Pharaoh?
Please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
Did he survive all this? Is he part of, like, did he put his consciousness in? I don't understand yet. It's going to be fun, though. Let's, oh, where the hell did these guys come from? How did they get in here? You know, we had to go through this whole thing, and I just don't know if I understand why where'd they drop in from? Vents up top that we opened? But if they were open before, couldn't everything else has gotten in here? I don't know. It's okay. It's probably just my lack of understanding, not necessarily, the hell is this? Or is this the viewing room? Because I don't want to go in there yet. Hold on, hold on. I just want to be methodical about how we do this, you know what I'm saying? Obviously. Or, oh, we could have just kind of gone around that anyway. Oh, that was just for fighting and sneaking. Alright. Anything else on our radar? There's 3 more around the side here. Got it. Deep secrets of the Earth. There we go. Counselor guidelines. For debriefing after presentation 1, candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. There's never enough time. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the feral plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagements versus the swarm, Addendum B1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, Addenda C1, C2, C3, so that you can counter candidates' objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note that real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are data corrupted. Interview, Suzanne Alpert.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
Okay. The moment after the gap. I mean, we kind of understand or have an idea, but not completely yet. By the way, how... And they got out, so they had... Weird. Okay, hold on. We'll do this here. Interview Captain Okilo.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
What is left, indeed. Okay, let's keep looking around, make sure we're not kind of missing anything. We have one more visible. They must have come out from that side, right? Ron Felder, aerospace engineer.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since 57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
He understands. But that's the thing, is anybody who's smart enough to get it might just like... And you can't help, you know, under that stress, what people are going to do sometimes. Okay. Alright, so if I spin, I don't see anything else. I'm not seeing a lot here for a minute. Let's finish looking through this room here. So they dropped into here. Oh, well, this is, yeah, that was the door we were at. Okay. Trying to make sure I don't miss any cores too if we have them, or you know, power cells like I did that one time. At this point I don't know where we'll find the other two, if we will, if I've missed anything. We'll figure it out.
Data intact. Initiating playback.
Oh, here we go.
Elizabeth Sobek.
Tell us what's up, lady.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together.
I see
How
Hades.
we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about.
Okay, good.
And build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world, and most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Wow. Neat. And I saw the tower.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But...
There we go.
Why Hades, then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Maybe. That's crazy. So all those all the robots and the life that we see here all has its purpose and was all created for that by this AI. So, oh man. So the corrupted ones, are obviously bad, but the other ones are just out here kind of living. Yet you would think that the ones that aren't corrupted, why are they killing, trying to attack me at this point? Like even the herders and stuff like that. The AI, why would it try to attack and wipe out humans that are created? Is it missing like a directive? And let's see how they did this. Processing, eh? Okay, I see a 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Make your selection. And we might have another data point thing on here. We'll double check here in a moment. See if I'm missing anything. Text data points quests, sure. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. Participation. You'll be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project's outcome is uncertain. You'll be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week. Just work all day, every day, except for eating and trying to sleep sometime. And your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family, or 2 persons of your choosing, will be transferred to the Elysium, sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural lives. We're going to find a place full of skeletons. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh Plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt out for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. That's the most reasonable, nice way they could just be like, oh, you say no, we don't have time for this, and we're not gonna, crazy, like in the confinement versus just in using resources. But so, they're trying to be good guys, I guess, at the end here. Okay, I think we're good on the data points. Okay. This is so cool. This is, you guys are right. Like, this is one of the coolest lore dumps. There we go. Knew there was something there. Counselor Guidelines 2. For debriefing after Presentation 2, it is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly, without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. Confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill sets and accomplishments. Emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success. Frame participation in Zero Dawn is an opportunity to respond actively in the face of an overwhelming threat. Yeah, we can't do anything. We can't do anything. Well, you can. You can do something. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection. Validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses. Emphasize the value of candidates' expertise to the future, not just of humanity, but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day. Validate their hesitation. Acknowledge that while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned. If possible, redirect their ethical misgivings towards a greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobecks' presentation as many times as they wish, and allow access to supplemental articles GO1, P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully process the documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against her or his will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision, data corrupted. I could see a lot of people playing this and reading this and like debating it and going, oh, you can't do that. No, how could you ever? I don't know. Wait. Oh, so we're headed that way, but I'm not ready to head that way yet. And creepy. Did something happen? Are we gonna, like, do we find Elysium in this at all? And did it get broken into? Did those people actually get to survive? Or was it all a false hope? I don't know. Interview 2, Brad Andak.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. I think it's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard, to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
Whoever wrote this game, I'll have to look. Just amazing. Just the psychology and where they're coming from with it is just brilliant. I really love it. Interview 2, Suzanne Alpert.
If you're still nauseous. No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not.
all inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Went into it, yeah. Oh, they're just showing all these different people and their choices, you know? I love it. Ron Felder. How did he take the second one?
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
And then he'll be imprisoned, but hopefully treated as nicely as possible. I get it, like... We're trying to go back, right?
Alert. Medical wing inaccessible.
What do we got over here? This is one of the... Nope. I just wondering if that was like a jail. One of the places they're holding no. What is this? Pick up stranded shackles. Let's check that out. Oh, by the way, let's just look around here. Hey, McGird. I'm just looking, you know, if they're going to show us what's going on, might as well see. Oh, yeah, so we're up in this thing, and then we're going to come through just to make sure I'm not kind of missing. But where are those shackles? What is that? This mysterious item is valuable only to the most curious merchants. Shackles made from an unknown smooth material. You know, same thing. I did pick up these dirty, rusted bolts and things. It says trading with merchants, which kind of makes me think of the Heap, because they're into that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see as we go here. No, we might as well. Let's open up our treasure boxes while we're here. Some shard stuff, weapon. I'll take some more health potions or whatnot, but we're good. I got that. Oh, nice. No spoilers, by the way. If I don't understand things, I don't get things in this, that's okay. Because then it's fun to, like, get to maybe one day replay or see what other people did myself. Because when I finish this playthrough, I want to watch other people's playthroughs, you know? It's one of the reasons I started this channel is because I enjoy doing the same thing you guys are doing right now, watching somebody discover things on their own. Central Projects. And we are getting... They're setting us up for a fight, but... So there's going to be a big hole in the wall at some point, and everybody's dead, or there's robots or something waiting for us here, right? But why? Like, what corrupted it? Did Pharaoh get involved somehow?
Intruder! Get her! We've got...
Whatever you
Let's go.
Don't die now.
Damn it. Let's put one here. Put one here.
In Edelman's name!
In Edemon's name. Okay, so this, we should be able to do this. Hold on. This is stupid. They're kind of missing me, but still don't love it. Come on, man. Of course. Like, it's so enclosed, it's just ridiculous. I mean, I could sneak up behind them, right, and try to stealth their asses. Oh. And do not kill me. Let's go! I was hitting the potions one instead. You know what? Let's fire strike your ass. Well, that's the worst idea I've ever had. Just eat up a little bit here. You know what? There we go, right? I've been forgetting about the 3 and...
May this...
They won't even let me in and out of the door. Sometimes the stuff is a little too awkward. And it's just me complaining about my own stuff, right? Just because I'm no good at the game.
Face this to be it. Hardly a hit. Got me! Clip me! Like this flaming victory!
Okay. Where are they coming from? From up top? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why didn't we just come that way then? If it's so easy to get in here. I mean, we unlocked the place and we, quote, vented it. So they're coming in through the vents. But at the same time, seems a little crazy. Seems a little crazy. Let's look around here.
Power's down.
Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just need my focus.
Right. But we're not going that way yet. We have to find out what else is going on here. You know what? Let's go back. These might be kind of in order, right? Let's come back through this room here. Where'd we actually come in? I want to be as meticulous as possible. This is it. Got it. And now I'm remembering the map now. So it goes left to nothingness. And we have... one right over here. Let's go for it. Actually, let's hit this one first. Log. Tom Pake.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years. So the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake, I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe anyway.
Can't tell if he's Aussie or Kiwi, but it sounds like one or the other. Let's see. Do we have any other that way? No, let's come get these two. Log. Christina Huve.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
You know, absolutely, I agree. And we're dealing with that, a lot with that right now. We have climate activists, which I'm not a climate denier, but climate activists who are just trying to draw attention by trying to destroy art. Now, they can't really do it because it's all closed, but what is the point in existing if there isn't art and passion? Then we're all just robots. That's the whole point. So that would be stupid. So come on, you guys. Pull your heads out of your ass. What do we got here? Health potion, thank you. And this one. Travis Tate.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am. That ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Yeah, I wonder how many hedonists would still be in there. But, I mean, what's natural about creating AI? I guess it came about, everything is natural if humans did it, right? Just even everything that's synthetic in our world, synthetic is what? It's all made out of the same stuff that's, quote, natural. Nothing is unnatural in that sense if you go with it. So everything ran its course. We wiped ourselves out. Maybe we should just accept that. Maybe the most unnatural thing is for us to try to sustain ourselves when we don't deserve it. But, I don't know, that's humanity. That's what we do, right? We keep going.
Never know when I might need these.
Code Nexus. I always feel like I need to crouch. Am I going to get ambushed in here again? Any big holes up top? Well, how the hell do we get in there? Let's see. Oh, how about the open door?
Here we go.
Dumbass.
Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Well, I mean, it's literally right there. Left up, left down, right. And I have a hard time sometimes memorizing these.
Done.
Yeah, done.
I should check the door nearby.
There's a couple of them.
There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
Don't say that yet. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Part missing. Hold on.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence.
There we go. So everything's backwards. Oh, what's this? Security settings transposed. Oh. Emitter, a key component of a mid-21st century military hololock. Got it. So we have to go get that thing.
I'll tuck that away.
Oh. What? This feels like... Why wouldn't... We can climb everywhere except for here. Okay. Let's go around the corner. Feel like I'm being too loud. We can get in here then and get the piece, throw it in, then do everything in reverse, right? Okay, and... I'm scared. I'm scared. It's creepy in here. There's ghosts everywhere. Oh, we can drop back down right from there. Got it.
Found one. Looks intact.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, let's just go this way. Oh. Oh. Thank you, I guess. I almost didn't catch that. What is that? Oh, the fire striker for one of the dead guys. Got it.
That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Did that do it automatically? No, okay, so down left. Up, left, down. Oh, wrong way.
That did it.
There we go.
Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
A big crazy fight that we're not ready for, that I'll get frustrated with. We'll see. We'll see. Anything else I'm seeing popping? I'm not really getting it. Go good. I'm not using the fire strike. I hate picking up the heavy weapons because you just can't do anything with them. I can't. Oh. Ah. Come on now, guys.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia.
Avoid contact.
It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Okay. Kill the Eclipse. Let's see, I want to use some... I'm just going to put these around so if they come after me, when they do... Where you at, guys? Three arrows. Oh, more? Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, but that's... You fools. Come on, you Eclipse bastards. I should be putting 3 arrows on.
That's the last of them.
Repeat.
Or not.
Oh, or not. Still gonna put one here then.
Get ready.
Let's come down. Oh, I'm trying to. There. Put 3 arrows on.
Got him over here.
Not cool.
You will not escape, Shadow.
Elevators non-operational.
Oh no, no ammo. Done with that. Oh, come on. It's so stupid, guys.
You cannot run from righteousness.
Cannot run from righteousness. Get out of
Your
here.
end has come.
I can't even see him. Sometimes I don't like all the data and the stuff over their heads. Let's put some arrows on. I'm getting used to using the 3 arrow stuff, though.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
We have to inspect this room, dumbass. Clear for a moment. Okay. Don't make me rush. I will miss things.
Alert. Structural failure prevents access.
Mm-hmm. Structural failure, you say? Let's get all our stuff here. Let's max out. Am I hearing?
My turn.
Oh, no, drop it. I don't want it to be my turn. I just want to pick up our stuff. Although I'm kind of over the boxes at this point. There's almost, especially modification stuff, it's like, all I do is have to carry them around and then get a whole bunch of green modifications I have to sell. This looks crazy though. Let's just do a double check on this room. They had gotten up. Cultist sniper dead. Find the entrance to Sobecks Office. Well, let's take a look here. What is this one? Simulation results. Some reading again from Margot Shen to Elizabeth Sobek. Simulation results. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain her bots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional. They feel almost, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind, as though she's already mourning their loss, and not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from the fossil records too. Dinosaurs? References to megafauna in some of her designs, so cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Margot. Interesting. I'd also add, you know, we're doing that with like AI art and all that, and I have my own opinions about AI art. They're not good, actually. I mean, progress moves forward whether we want it to or not, you know. Holo projector. Well,
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulations, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
All right, and that's what we're here to get answers about, right? We got that. Come over to this one. Full steam ahead. From Elizabeth Sobeck to Margot Shen. Full steam ahead, Margot. If I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you for the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. Like, totally. You are who you are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and the Foundry site selection plan add up to a comprehensive plan. It's time to start construction. One detail. Consult Iomide Okilo before you finalize the silo inventories. Hephaestus's that's weird. First task will be to fabricate the robots that will construct the waveform broadcast towers Minerva will use to transmit the deactivation codes. So any exotic materials needed for the towers should be accounted for in the inventory plan, Elizabeth. And when we saw the towers that sent out some of the signals, that's the one that's outside of Meridian, is it not? That big towering thing. Now we have an understanding of what that is. On to the next one. Nothing's showing up on my radar, kinda. We are not going that way yet.
I've seen these shapes before.
Oh.
In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
Right. Which shapes? Is there anything else over here? There's gotta be. Supply crate, sure.
No space.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be thorough. There we go. These types of shapes, right? Okie dokie. There's an upstairs, there's a downstairs. We need to go up, got it. So let's stay down. Get up and get down. You know, 911 is joke in your town. If you know it, and you a badass. Or else you're a joke. Alright, let's, bunker door. I always think of cellar door all the time. Cellar door. Donnie Darko has the cellar door reference too. Best words ever. Oh wait, can we actually get in? You know what? Let's go for it. Oh, okay. If I wasn't going to be able to make it in, make sure we scan it from here. But it looks like that's probably Elizabeth Sobecks' office, huh?
think this is it. Elizabeth Sobecks' office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
No, at this point, no, there's no way inside. They're gonna deny us.
More Eclipse.
Okay.
Careful now.
Careful now. Careful now, girl. There's Eclipse out there, girl. Let's see, how many we got here? Snipers, people, all types of shit. There's Big Boy. No, let's tag that fool. I gotta remember to put all my arrows on. Let's re-go here. So I have 1,163 wood, 20,877 shards. So let's do this. The advantages of being thorough ahead of time. Because I'm all about that story. Okay, now another hollow projector. But I feel like we're gonna have to. Do we have to toast some fools first? Yeah. Let's see if we can work this out. We can put them. If we can get them in
Welcome
a.
to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
That's awesome. I'm thinking about the game Civilization also, and how that would, it's setting you up. What if you started with all this stuff? That would be a fun way to start a game of Civilization, to play like you're setting it up like you're playing after this, like the new world. And I also like the languages that were selected. There's Latin based, and then there's Arabic, and there's also Mandarin. So like, English or did they say English, Spanish, whatever. But you could get away with one or the other because they're based, you'd be able to extrapolate from it. So I love it. That's awesome. Let's, what's this one? We'll work our way in there. Encapsulated DNA. From Samina Abaji. Encapsulated DNA, and the winner is Encapsulated DNA. Over the past 10 days, I performed an exhaustive review of data storage solutions, magnetic, optical, quantum. Even that eternity tech that FAS was shilling a year or so ago. But every other solution has one or more fatal shortcomings: too heavy to transport, too massive to install in the allocated space, too power intensive over the centuries, too prone to failure past 300 to 400 years, etc., etc. Encapsulated DNA will easily hold the 400 plus zettabytes we're projecting for Apollo. There are still many details to finalize, of course. To start with, we need to select the inert material in which we'll embed the molecules, already testing 16 candidate materials, as well as design and fabricate the power systems and sealed reliquaries that will keep the DNA at negative 18 degrees Celsius for 1,000 years. Oh, they're not using imperial numbers. So long as I assure you that it didn't factor into my decision, may I confess that I deem it entirely fitting, indeed propitious, that we will be using the very building blocks of life to preserve human knowledge from mechanized extinction. It's not just ironic, but heroic. Life is the hero beating back the forces of oblivion. In any case, much to do. Until next time, peace be with you, Samina. I agree, that is really interesting. We're going to be getting into biocomputers along with the quantum stuff and everything that's going on in my life in the next few years, I imagine. There's already, and interface, and just, that's why I'm wondering about Pharaoh. You know what, before we do that, we have our 3 skills. Let's go with, not quiet sprint. What do we have here? Fighting back. Health is low, call mount, tinker, scavenger, mount repair, or dismount strike. I'm going to go with, how about quiet sprint? We did not get that one yet. I was thinking we might have, but we had not. Good. I assume there are autosaves going on here because there's nowhere to save the damn game. My thumbnail will probably be like the first 2 seconds of this. Alright, so what do we have here? Apollo update. From Samina to Elizabeth. Over the past 2 months, the full benefit of our procurement of a copy of the Homer archive from Far Zenith has made itself known, and as a result, all of Apollo's key deliverables are on schedule. Apollo has already surpassed 40 million discrete data entries and continues to grow. The physical science modules are effectively complete, with soft science modules close behind. World history, cultural data, and media archives are also on schedule. Language preservation is wrapping up a bit ahead of schedule due to falling short of our goal to preserve 4,500 languages. I suppose the tragic early loss of Papua New Guinea doomed that goal from the outset. With attendant curricula development about to begin. Speaking of the heuristic curricula, they are performing well in testing, with children and adolescents demonstrating high levels of engagement with and trust in the Aristotle and Aspasia personae. Personally, I find them highly engaging, especially when they debate. I wish half my professors had been so entertaining. Peace be with you, Samina. So they're kind of testing out and seeing like what might happen for us. Oh, I can't wait to see where this game goes, and then when we move into the sequel, because like the sequel has to be based on we have all this knowledge now, you know? This whole one is just discovering the story. Alright, well, I think got that bastard there.
Set this here.
I'm going to set it here. This is in case I have to fall back, because Cultist Priest, let's, you know what, can't take off. Mm-hmm.
Quietly.
Oh, my. You're a fool. I'm just doing it this way, guys. I play how I play. See the big boy?
Let Shadow protect you!
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. You know what's up. Like, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we indeed? Oh, come on, dude. Yeah, you can try.
That's the last of them. Alone once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
That's just good strategery. That's all I'm going to say, guys. Come on, you got to put people in a choke point. I'm not here to mess around. I don't have to be fancy. Just drop it. Get rid of that thing. I hate it. No, I only like it when we have a perfect vantage with it and we can just like nail a bunch of people. There's a perfect moment to use it, but the rest of the time, nah. Oh no. Let's get our health up. I'm wondering how this whole thing's gonna, this whole mission, episode, everything that we're doing is gonna kind of finish up today. Let's look around. Sometimes more drop in though, right? Oh, we're not alone anymore. No, we're not. Okay. I see one data point somewhere over here. You know what? Screw it. Let's go.
Saving these for the trail.
Little munchie for later. Just chewing on some mushrooms. Never mind where they came from. Okay, so obviously the ladders up are probably where we're going. Let's check this one out. Perfect. What is this? Harry's testimonial, the general, right?
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Harris. Oh man, but now, was it a mistake that we needed those people? Did everything screw up? Or is it human nature that we were going to find ourselves back in this cycle? Okay, so we made it up here. There's another ladder. This way. Oh, well, we could have come up that way. Perfect. Here, let's do a run through. Just want to make sure we're not missing stuff, you know what I mean? Because we're not coming back here. That's not our plan, at least. I think we're about to culminate to some culmination with her office. And then, how do we get out of here fast? And what's going on? Okay, okay.
Welcome
to
Hades.
Scared the hell out of me.
Zero
Welcome
Dawn's
to Hades.
Extinction Failsafe Protocol. The ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time.
Oh my god.
I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. A spinning top that won't stop wobbling.
Wipe it out, start over.
What are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocating. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Yeah, we're going to learn if there was something outside of that, but that is amazing. It makes me think of Aliens and Prometheus and all that stuff. You know, I mean, man messed up in Prometheus, if you watch that. Not trying to get too much, but like they sent something towards Earth to be able to say, nope, you done screwed up now. We're going to start over from scratch and see what we can do from there. I love it. Wow. So was that actually what it... Is it doing what it's supposed to be doing right now, or did it get hijacked? And once again, I keep thinking of the name Pharaoh. What happened to Pharaoh? How did he die? What did he do? He was the richest, most like megalomaniac in the world. How did he not survive through everything? I would think uploading your consciousness. No spoilers. Noise complaints. Elizabeth Sobek, noise complaints. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore. Anyone who says the old TT codes to Bashcore is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav don't have no truck with commercialized razzle-dazz. Nuh-uh. Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds. Hand to God and swear on my mama's grave, and she was religious. Nah, that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classical music, 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese core grind, some Swedish cannibal-themed stuff, too. Stop by if you want to listen, or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no Bashcore you'll see, or hear, rather, in the screech that rends the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and walls and ceiling, swallowing you up like you was Jonah trapped in the gullet of a gothic deathfish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn down my death metal? Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident vids. Last I heard, we was supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? Nah, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. You know, I actually like to write when I write, to metal also. I like lots of different music, jazz, metal, hip-hop, all of it. I like good music. There's good bands of everything, but yeah, that's fun. What's this one? Hades Protocol. Tate here. Just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution to Gaia's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard, and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control, but by breaking her fingers, sometimes her arms too, so that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking control back after Hades has done its business. So had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretended to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming system and reverse operations only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing process and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky. I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even when it's just simulated plant life. Turns out just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command positions so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on pretty strong now, so I'm not really describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strongs. Guess it's time to sleep in bed. I'll be back tomorrow, alligators. I love it. This is amazing stuff. This is really, really good. It's kind of blowing my mind more. I mean, I have an idea of where like this is going. They've been foreshadowing a lot of it, but by the way, there we go. Let's get some more. There we are. And this one. Archive abuse, Samina. From Samina to Travis Tate. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo archive submission, blah blah blah, from your 666th submission in just 5 days, and oh, what a doozy. Despite earlier warnings regarding inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. For giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite Eastern European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. Human Centipede, maybe? It truly warms my heart to know that I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just one, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. There we go. Don't worry, the Pasolini material has already been preserved. Extreme, perhaps, but art. 2, for clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodied by Judge Porter's famous utterance, "I know it when I see it." Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's obscene. Oh, come on, get off yourself a little bit. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest the time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, oh, I don't know, your assigned work. We have a world to save after all, or the rest of us do. Anyways, Dr. Samina Abaji. I'm a fan of horror, Clive Barker, Anne Rice, Stephen King, all that stuff growing up. I do like horror movies in their place. I've seen a lot of crazy, I mean, we could get into like The Tourists and, The Hostel and just like, and some of that stuff's crazy. The Hills Have Eyes, but there has to be a place for that. And if we just ignore the dark, it's your shadow, and she's trying to cut out people's shadow. Oh, that's not good. Doomed to repeat it, or people to invent it themselves. There's a way of exercising those things in nightmares by being part of it.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Do not say there are more assholes in here when we have to work so hard just to make it to her office. Okay, well, let's check this one out.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it.
A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem, to say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Nice. I love his French. FZ chambers. The ectogenic chambers arrived 2 days ago. I've spent the last 36 hours examining them and poring over technical documentation. They are a revelation, astonishing. I don't know what you had to give Far Zenith in trade to get these chambers, but it was worth it. In a single leap, their embryologists have vaulted past 50 years of technological shortcomings. The risks of ECMO resolved, nutrition delivery resolved, hormonal stability resolved, 12 other risk areas resolved. Before I examined these chambers, I considered the Odyssey to be a fool's errand, but if the rest of FC's technology is at this level, well, a human colony around Sirius doesn't seem so impossible after all. Mass fabrication of the chambers will present a number of challenges, but I'm confident they can be resolved. I'm going to rest for 48 hours, then get back to it. Expect a fabrication plan within 48 hours. PBK. Now, I'm thinking about where we came out of in the beginning of this game, and they wouldn't let us through some of that because we didn't have our DNA correct. We haven't corrected it yet or anything to open these other doors. Do we need to? Are we going to be able to fix it here? Is something going to detect it on us and give us like a stem cell kind of treatment thing? I don't know. Let's see here. Cradled seed. To Patrick Brochard-Klein. To Elizabeth. Eleuthia 01 was successfully sealed before the swarm advancing across Xinjiang province could detect it. Pingback from crucial systems is good, for our maiden voyage a success. Regards my disputes with the betas over zygote selection. Of course, I understand we have limited overhead to run simulations of gene flow in our future humans, but we can all agree there's margin for refinement in future cradle populations. Donk, D-O-N-C. In addition to personally overseeing completion of Eleuthia 2 site inside Mount Namuli, I will formulate and propose a modified zygote selection plan within the week. PBK. Yeah, how did Elizabeth get the one to be picked here? Well, that's implying we're going to have some more fighting, huh? Let's keep looking around. We got that. We have this one over here. Look at this stuff. I don't even know. Is something still in there? Cradle Servitor Persona. Or Personae. Development of the artificial personae for Cradle Servitors. Nurture, disciplinarian, healer. Continues at good pace. We are nurturing Turing 0.4 for these constructs. This should allow low-grade empathy and limited improvisation without undermining adherence to codified behavioral sets. The stimulus-driven switching of personae, however, is proving to be a greater software challenge than anticipated, especially concerning our entrenched feedback loops between the disciplinarian and healer persona. I have also attached the reports from an incident where a servitor running the mother personae intervened on a disciplinarian servitor's behavior. A parental argument, if you will, amusing on first glance perhaps, but deeply concerning. Like the robots are arguing with each other, or this isn't our robots, but I'm thinking now to all of this, like they're setting up all these safeguards and Hades coming in, but also just the humans, people. Is that what's going to come out of these zygotes, and what kind of like emotion and hormone, like everything they're creating the next humans, right? Have attached a comprehensive plan for correcting these interactive protocol shortcomings in just Data Corrupted. Well, I think this is Sobecks Office. I think we've made it. I could be wrong. It feels like it.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Nice. Anything else over here? Okay. What did I just miss here? Oh, okay. A little funny sometimes, the moving around. Did I not? Okay, we got it. Have we made it? I don't think we have yet. Damn, this is crazy. This is a lot. I knew it was going to be a lot. Let's go to this.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
Damn. Oh, there we go. Did we just come in from this way? Yes, sorry. Making our loop, making our loop.
Looks like it used to hold something. Some component that got removed.
Lots would benefit from antilopinae morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
That's what they wanted, right? Is for her to feel something, to have empathy. They're trying to teach a machine to have empathy.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
All things are possible. Oh yeah, the life finds a way earlier. You know, a little Jeff Goldblum Jurassic Park reference. All right, here we go. We have made it. Examine the terminal. We will in a moment. What is this here first? Doesn't make any sense to have this stuff here, but that's okay. Yeah, it will. What else have we got? Oh, we have a couple data points here. Let's get these first. Odyssey has failed. From Elizabeth to all alphas, Odyssey has failed. All. Some terrible news, I'm afraid. Far Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission has failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drives spun up to depart the solar system. The ship, its crew, its cargo of zygotes and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo were all lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope for the continuation of the human species and earthly life. We must succeed. Elizabeth. That's awesome. They were trying to send an arc out into the universe. Okay, well let's read this one before we go to the terminal. Artemis status. From Charles Ronson to Elizabeth. It's coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it. If those words can still mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in ghoulish hologram dioramas. Suspended in what-ifs. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We've started mapping out primary succession. Selecting the pioneer organisms for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms and insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes and wolves. Thousands more that will have to wait until their turn until our new generation can be entrusted with the duty of restoring them, so they can return to a world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation before it's too late. There's already been too many too lates. We lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. The samples we lost were, well, irreplaceable. But thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again. But not now, not like this. Not on our watch, Ronson. Alright guys, we ready? I don't see anything else. Let's hit it.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Gaia. We gotta talk to Gaia. Find out what it's thinking. Oh my god.
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Okay, here we go, right? Ooh, what the hell is that? Oh. Oh. Is that Helis? Wow, okay.
Still alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Discovered the truth. So we're going to leave it there. We're going to have a cliffhanger for this. This has been such a long episode that I have no idea where I was going to cut out and whatnot, but I think this is a good spot for now, and we'll come back and we'll see what happens, and we'll do it all in the next episode.